Have you ever noticed that the harder people chase success, the more stressed and exhausted they often become? Imagine graduating from a top university, building a great career, earning good money, and having everything society tells you should make you happy, and yet somehow feeling overwhelmed, constantly worried, and strangely dissatisfied. With life. This is exactly what happened when a group of successful former students decided to visit their old professor one afternoon. What the professor did next turned an ordinary cup of coffee into a life lesson they would never forget. These were not struggling people. They were graduates from a prestigious university who had gone on to build impressive careers in business, technology, finance, and medicine. From the outside, their lives looked like the American dream. But as they sat together in the professor's living room, their conversation slowly turned into something different. One by one, they began talking about long work hours, constant pressure, endless competition, and the feeling that no matter how much they achieved, it never seemed to be enough. The room filled with complaints about stress, responsibilities, and the exhausting race to keep up with everyone else. The professor listened quietly. Then he smiled and said, "Let me make you all some coffee." A few minutes later, the professor returned from the kitchen carrying a large pot of freshly brewed coffee and a tray filled with many different cups. Some cups were elegant porcelain, others were crystal and beautifully designed. A few were simple glass cups. Some were just plain, cheap plastic cups. The professor placed the tray on the table and said casually, "Please, help yourselves to some coffee." Naturally, everyone reached for the most beautiful cups first. Within seconds, the expensive and elegant cups were gone, while the plain and simple ones remained on the tray. The professor watched this silently. When everyone finally had a cup in their hands, the professor looked around the room and gently said, "Did you notice something? All the beautiful and expensive cups were taken first, and the simple ones were left behind." He paused for a moment before continuing. "Of course, it's natural to want the best things in life, but that desire is often the source of our stress and frustration." He lifted the coffee pot slightly and said, "The cup itself doesn't make the coffee taste better. In most cases, the cup is simply more expensive, and sometimes it even distracts us from what we are actually drinking." The professor continued in a calm and thoughtful voice, "What all of you really wanted was coffee, not the cup. But you consciously chose the best cups, and then you began comparing your cups with everyone else's." The room became very quiet. Then the professor explained the lesson. Life is the coffee. Your job, money, social status, and position in society, those are the cups. They are simply tools that hold and support life. The type of cup you have does not define the quality of your life. And sometimes, he said softly, we become so focused on the cup that we forget to enjoy the coffee. The professor leaned back in his chair and shared one final thought. The happiest people are not the ones who have the best of everything. They are the ones who learn to make the best of everything they have. Life will always offer different cups. Some people will have expensive ones. Others will have simple ones. But the real secret to happiness is remembering to enjoy the coffee. So the next time you find yourself comparing your life to someone else's, pause for a moment. Look down at your cup. And take a sip of your coffee. And ask yourself one simple question. Am I enjoying my life? Or am I only worrying about the cup? Because in the end, the coffee is what truly matters.